You are listening to 101.8 WCR FM. I have the pleasure to have two guys in the studio right now who will be attempting to break a world record, each two world records. Adam and Jason, good evening, guys.
Hello.
Good evening.
Tell us about what you've got planned for Tuesday the 12th of March.
Well, in the 12th of March, Tuesday, we're going to be in the Wolfram Centre at 10 o'clock, hopefully at one of the open shops, and we're both going to be attempting to break a Guinness World Record in playing video games. My brother here, Jason, he'll be playing the longest time playing a survival horror series.
Yeah.
He'll be playing the Resident Evil series, and the Guinness record for that is 27 hours and 2 minutes.
How long have you been playing games?
Since we were about two.
Very young age.
Very young age.
That's it. I mean, the older guys here always sort of joke about asteroids and Pong. You know, they grew up on that.
As well, though.
Yeah.
We played the old classics even before we had like the newer consoles.
That's it. You call it the classics. I grew up with them, so I'm feeling old already. Two games that you're going to play are very popular games. Resident Evil series. Jason, you're going to be trying to break that record.
Yeah.
27 hours and 8 minutes is
That's
the record.
the shorter one. That's not too bad.
You say
It's his I'm worried about.
Why is it shorter than the one for the role-playing game, which we'll get to in a minute with Adam?
Do you want to explain why it's longer?
Well, because there's slightly different rules. It's because it's for a series and not for a game.
Okay. Right.
And there are different rules and regulations you have to do for each one. Because he's only allowed 5 minutes break for every hour of continuous play.
Yeah, I was going to get onto that because, I mean, I was going to ask how continuous is. Obviously, you've got to have breaks. Health and safety police are going to be on you, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because I mean, they do
You're
say,
all over the centre.
Yeah, they say in, when you're using computers in offices, you've got to take a certain amount of breaks, but the adrenaline will just keep you going as much as anything else. I mean, you've got to have food and drink. Yeah.
We can drink and eat while playing.
Yeah. Oh, right. That
doesn't count as a break as long as you're doing a movement. Is it every 20 seconds?
Every 20 seconds you have to do a movement.
Oh,
otherwise
right.
the record is forfeit.
That's...
So if you accidentally fall asleep with the controller in your hand for more than 20 seconds, that's it.
So you'll be doing a cross between Resident Evil and the dance mat.
Yes.
Dance mat in slow motion. What drew you to do... what is it about the Resident Evil series of games that attracts you?
I've always loved the Resident Evils because you can play through them again.
Yeah.
And the best thing is when you go through it again, you get more money to buy new weapons, more upgrades, and then eventually you can get like amazing weapons that take down pretty much anything in one hit. But it takes so much time to do that. It's a good opportunity to actually get it all out the way in one day.
It's not the horror side of it.
Oh no, the Resident Evils aren't one of them. Not the newer ones anyway. The older ones were really scary and stuff like that when they came out.
Yeah.
The newer ones have sort of divulged away from the horror and gone more into your first person shooter kind of thing.
Is that because of sort of the I know there's been parents' pressure on certain games, hasn't there? Is that what it's about?
I think that might have been what happened with 4. Because
Yeah.
that one really isn't that scary compared to some of the ones before it. Nothing even jumps out at you.
There's a few jumps, but...
Yeah.
Now, Adam, you are going to be playing The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
Yes.
I had a chat with a guy here who's much more fluent on the games than I am. He said it was about right. I've got someone else who said he would do it on 4, not 5.
Well, I felt there's a lot more 5 because I've got all the expansions for 5, so I feel like there's more longevity to play for 5.
Got you.
Because I've clocked 110 hours on one save myself already.
Yeah.
And that's not continuous, I know. And that's
how long is that spread over?
That's spread over many months.
Yeah.
And that's not even finished the game, so... And there's plenty of hours to keep me going on that one.
And we were talking off air, and what's the longest continuous streak you've had playing games?
We've managed about 60 hours before we just fell asleep.
I mean, you're going to get people saying, what about the health? What about, you've got to have sleep.
We have trained for it with previous events we've done for charity.
Yeah.
We'll get onto the charity aspect in a minute, but I've stayed awake for like 36 hours and I'm on death's door, so I've got full respect for you for that. Now, the charity side of it, it's a famous charity, Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
Why Make-A-Wish Foundation? I know there's a lot of charities out there. What drew you towards them?
Yeah.
Well, I feel this one's really good for us because in our previous events we don't make a massive deal of money.
Yeah.
We've only made like about £200, whatever. And if that went to something like cancer research, it wouldn't fund anything major because they need big bucks to make big differences. Whereas Make-A-Wish, that little £200 could give one child something they'll never be able to do anywhere else.
Yeah.
which I think is perfect for us.
It's not something where, you know, they'll give food, obviously, if they need food, you know, but the Make-A-Wish Foundation is about giving them something that they want to do. It might be meeting a celebrity, it might be going to a film premiere, it might be going to a football match when they live in a place where you can't do that type of thing. That's what it's about, isn't it? So, yeah, how did the Wolfram Centre, that's quite a place to be doing it, quite a public place. Were they sort of, at the start when you went and approached them, did they think you were bonkers? Or?
Well, you have to do it in a public location to prove that you're doing the record.
Yeah.
So on a whim, I emailed the guy that owned the Wolfram Centre. I just typed in on Google, Wolfram Centre email contact.
Yeah.
Came up, emailed him. A couple of weeks later, he says, I'm interested in doing this. Let's sort something out.
So whereabouts in the Wolfram Centre will you be? Where can they find
We're
you?
not exactly sure where it's still being like finalised, but it's going to be definitely somewhere in there.
And you'll obviously be going through the night.
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to them for giving you the security for that, because obviously there's going to have to be guys there anyway. I mean, obviously guys, because like you say, it's a public location. Can they just watch during the day, or could they
during
come
the
in?
day, but at night it's sealed off.
Yeah. And obviously the invigilators are...
We are hoping to try and get a live stream going, but we're not sure if we're going to be able to get internet access.
So we will be able to watch it hopefully on our website as well,
Yeah.
if we get an internet connection sorted.
And the world record aspect of it, who is actually verifying it? Is it actually is it Guinness Book of World Records themselves?
We have all this paperwork we have to fill in. We have to have witnesses, adjudicate, our own stewards and stuff.
How many pictures do we have to take?
We have to take a picture every minute, which roughly works out about 2,800 pictures for my record.
Is it like you have to have a vicar and a police officer to make sure it's genuine, you know, two guys of
You've
high
got to have
standing?
Someone who's considered an expert in the field.
Ah,
And the game store is also offered to help us a bit as well.
that's excellent. So you got support,
Yeah.
and it's for charity. 20. Say you break your record, Jason,
hmm
and Adam's still going.
I'm going to try and keep up with him.
You go.
I'm going to try and keep it if longer than his.
Oh,
Try and extend the record and try and challenge him to who can outlast. See, the thing is, if he beats his, I've got to carry on onto my birthday.
sibling rivalry. As I say, can I ask who's the eldest?
I'm the eldest.
You're
Even
the
though I'm the
eldest.
smaller one.
Adam, I can imagine you want to beat your big brother, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my record's 48 hours, 14 minutes.
Blimey.
But I'm allowed 10 minutes rest for every hour because mine's twice as long.
Just
Yeah.
see, if we keep going, yours is going to get easier and easier. Mine's going to get harder and harder.
We're going to have a domestic in the studio, right? Tell me. Yeah, just to wrap up then, that you guys will be at the Wolfram Centre right here in Wolverhampton. It's starting Tuesday the 12th of March, 10 a.m. Obviously, hopefully going on well into Thursday.
Fingers crossed.
By which time I think you want to be carried out of there, wouldn't you? So yeah, I mean, and guys, if they want to find out details, which is what I'm reading about at the moment, what's the website address?
It's www.nostalgicquests.co.uk.
And on there you got all the email address, Twitter, and everything else. Apart from the name of, you got Jess with you as well, who hasn't been mentioned. So it's not happy about it. She's here taking pictures for the guys. They'll be up on the website, will they?
It's a documentary. Hopefully we'll get it up on the website and on YouTube as soon as they're finished.
Excellent. So yes, you see the guys up here on YouTube, right here at WCRFM. Adam and Jason, I wish you all the best in the
Thank you very
world.
much.
I think you're going to need it, but
Yeah, we will.
it's going to be a labour of love, isn't it? So yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you very much.